What's going on, everybody? Let's see, go ahead and switch on over. Okay. Everything should be good, I think. Let's see, your intro music is putting me to sleep. It's kind of the point. It's supposed to be like elevator music. Let's see what we got. Do we have anything else in cars? Nothing immediately. Latest, anything new? A horse barn. I just don't care that much about horses. Now, I do know they have a horse manager. Yeah, I'm not going to use that grass roller. I actually used it, and I realized I don't like it for two reasons. Whether or not I was using it or the AI was using it, whenever, when you, for example, for our grass cutting setup for big beef, whenever we need to turn left or right, depending on how sharp you turn, there's a chance that you're gonna miss a piece of the grass, like you're gonna miss a section and not actually cut a section, depending on how sharp you turn. With this and how it was laid out, can I get an aerial view of it? But I was just having issues where every time there was a turn, I was just coming up spotty. Kind of fixture that. It's here. The only thing I could think of is just go straight all the way through. Yeah, and I figured you would, because it showed up pretty quickly, and I'm like, the only thing I could think of as a quick counter would be to just do up downs. So just go completely straight, get off the field, turn back around, complete straight, and that is sort of what I was thinking of. Is there a horse manager? Hold up, I remember that being a thing. Horse. I'm just gonna type horse, see what comes up. Yeah. This script, working hours were changed to 9 instead of previous one. Time to train your horses. This helper will help you do it. Do I get to pay the helper? Because I don't just want to do it for free, but... This would require hay, which would be annoying. Anywho, I don't. Oh, whoa, I did not mean to add that. That is not what I meant to do. That is not what I meant to do. Under any circumstance, that's what I meant to do. Unless I start doing hay, which we'll get to that when we get to it. Let's see. You got to round the corners in the field with paint, like we talked about. Then once they're curved, you can set the AI to round as many headlands as you want. Activate sharpen corners. Then it will not miss. Tested today on my farm twice. I'm just not going to use it. Sounds like a lot. I don't know. I like the idea of course play. I don't know. Whoa. This is all the same stuff, right? Yeah. What is headland management? Oh, the same stuff we already know. Let's see, what was I looking for? Do we have any? No, this is not what I was looking for. I was looking for something specific. I just can't remember what it was. Let's see, multiplayer. Let's see, go here, create a game. Uh-oh. Did I break it? Hold up. Just in case someone tries to stream snipe us, I'm gonna do it to where no one can see it. Wait, so I'm joining you? That's even better. I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. Am I joining you or are you joining me. Let's see. You'd be on my farm. Perfect. That sounds awesome. Because I've never actually seen your farm outside of a stream. No, we can join yours. Especially since I'm gonna be honest, the last time I did multiplayer was probably 2 months ago, and 3 months ago now. Because what is it, March? No, we're in April. So once either 3.5 months ago, and it took me like 20 minutes to get it set up, and I just don't want to do that. You can get on the server. Need a password. I don't have, huh? Wait, so it's a server, join game. Let's see, change that, maybe not to horses. Oh, I can't. Without a password. That's fine. No, and that's fine, I understand. So what can we do? It's auto-pasted? I don't know what that means. What does auto-pasted mean? The words of a wizard. And I'm not a wizard. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like it's auto-pasted into your thing. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. That's yeah. Well, I don't know what we're doing, but I do need to look at there's something in here I need. I just don't remember what it was that I needed. I didn't write it down. Wait, did I write it down? Hold up. Let's see. It's not this, it's not that. Oh. It should be, hold up, let me check further. Is it this? Well, this is not what I was looking for, but okay, no. Okay, further down, sawmill. No, there's a sawmill in the game, right? No, yeah, I don't need this. Oh, we are supposed to be buying the sawmill. That's why I wrote that. Okay, so we should be good. Should be all good. Should be good. Wait, hold up. Multiplayer. Wait, how do I do this? I don't know how to do this, to be honest. Hold up, let me do this. Just in case someone stream snipe. Just in case. Oh, I just realized something. You guys can't hear the game. Give me 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Uno momento. I know why. Alright, I forgot. But I had the game muted for a second. But now it should be fine. Okay, so create game, select your stream farm, start. You'll need to add me as a Steam friend for me to join anyways. Okay, let's see. I should be able to add you from Discord, maybe, possibly. Hold up. I'll send this stuff through. Oh, wait, where's my Steam app? Oh, there it is. Let's see. Can I just copy and paste? Here we go. Okay, there's that. And where are you on Discord? Here you are. And then I'll send you this. That was easy. It's actually pretty easy to do. Then you should be able to join that way. And then while you're doing that, I'm going to be setting up the farm. I just got it. Okay. Let's see. Wait. Darn it. Darn it. Dagnabbit. Oh, we got new stuff. There's no, dagnabbit, go back to the app. Thank you. Here, okay, go here. Friends. I had a new friend request. Where's that at? How do you accept friend requests? Oh my gosh, man. Okay. Okay, that's not working. And this is why I suck with multiplayer. It just said you sent me a friend request. Why can't I? Should be able to just... Okay. You sent me a friend request, which means all I gotta do, go to my friends list. Right? Sound logic. I go here and I don't... If you send a friend request, that would go... Let's see, anytime he went to the washroom. Okay, yeah, he'd be right back. Okay, so... Let's see, if he sends it... Okay, it would be in my friend section. I'm in my friend section and I don't see it. Or... Like, is there a way to see my friend request? Oh, pending invite. There we go. Why is that not just automatically a section? Perfect. So I have to scroll to a whole different section just to see that. Okay, that's interesting. Noted that for later. Okay, so that is set up. And then, let's see. He said, create game. I think my game is broken. Okay. Create game. Can you guys hear the game? Yes, you can. Okay, or at least I can. So, which means you guys probably can hear it. Okay, let's see. Make sure I have everything set up. Okay. Continue. Multiplayer. I'll do a password and I'll send you it. Oh, wait, why did it not work? Because I have to use my in-game thing. Jeez. It's not letting me change. What? Let me set a password. Come on, this is annoying at this point. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we should be good. All I gotta do is press start. Okay. And I'll send you password. Hopefully I typed that in correctly. Here, I'm actually just going to start talking through Discord as well, since that might be a little bit easier. So I'm going to let this fully load, and then well, you can hear me, but I can't hear you. What? Let this fully load, and then I will switch over to Discord. I know this might take a second to load. Let me drink my agua. Okay, and loading in, everything's good. Okay, I'm going to pause, go to the menu, switch over to Discordio, and boop, go to that one. Should be good. What's the game? Oh, that's fair. My name. Or here, I can just type it. That would make more sense actually. Darn it, come on. Something like that, I think. I might be wrong, but I think that's the name. Oh, hold up. I also need to change my input mic. No, it should be fine. It says my input mic is this. Mic check. Okay, so Discord is not sensing my mic for whatever reason. Is it picking up my mic? I don't think it is. Mic check. Nope. Discord is not picking up my mic, and I don't know how to.
Check.
Hello, Saw. I'm just trying to get this mic situation
set. I can hear you on stream, but not on Discord.
Yeah, and that's the weird part. It's not allowing me to. It's not allowing me to use, even though it's set up to be this exact same one. It's not allowing me to. It looks like Discord is not detecting an input from your mic, even though it clearly is. Oh, I'm stupid. I just realized why. I'm selecting the wrong thing. Now that should be working. That's okay. That makes sense. Forgot I have two mics, and so I should probably press the second one. Okay, what do I need to do? I need... I don't know how to accept people. I also need more diesel. How much is diesel?
Oh, guess what?
Chicken butt?
I can't join your game because I don't have those custom modded things that you've made.
Okay, easy fix. Easy fix.
Oh yeah, you can shut them off, I guess.
Yeah. Because I don't even really use them. I don't think. Oh shoot. Would it take? Because here's a problem. Would it? I just realized I've been on intermission this whole time, but it's fine. We're still trying to get this set up. Would it be able? Because this is going to be tricky. Because you have course play, but even if I turn this off, question is, would it allow you? We'll see. Because I do have the modded shop on. Like that's just loaded through my game. So we'll see. Okay, so I turn off the one that you don't have. Okay, we're good. Set that up. Okay, start. Okay, starting anew. Switching back so that way everybody can see. And hopefully that should work. If it doesn't, then I know why. The problem is I can't fix that. Well, I mean, I can. It'll just take too much time.
Looks like I need to restart my game, but then it should work.
It still might not, but I'm hoping it will.
And it's weird, I hear you twice. Before you actually say it, I can hear it very faintly about a second prior.
I am a magician.
Seems like it.
And hell, if this doesn't work, we can just start a completely separate, like, multiplayer save. Because I've been needing... Ooh, that'll give me an excuse to get a new map. The possibilities. Did my game just freeze? No, he did
Try
not.
this and see what we get.
Okay. So, if this works, yay. If it doesn't, we'll just start something new anyways. Oop. Also, why do the icons change color?
Yeah, it can't let... It won't let me join because...
Probably a mod or something.
It says Loki 79 Universal Auto Load. But I have that mod. Why is that not...
It could be because of iterations of the mod. This is the problem with having... Yeah, let's just start a new one. That would just be easier. Wait, but what? Yeah. We'll start.
Well, you go ahead on this stream and just do your thing.
You sure?
And I'll watch. But if you want to set up a completely new map, let's try it for tomorrow or something.
Okay, I can do that. Send me.
That's cool with you?
No, that's perfectly fine. Send me what map you want me to do, and I'll get that downloaded and set, and then I'll also take a look at mods and things and figure out which ones I need to not use.
The way I typically play, like if I'm gonna join your farm, I'm gonna play the map that you want to play and use the mods that you want to use. So I'm pretty open-ended, man. Don't worry about me. Just pick what makes you happy, what map you like, and we'll make that work.
Okay. So now I need to find something extravagant.
Yeah, do whatever you like, man. I mean, I've been on the American map, which is the Michigan map, I guess, which is nice because the fields are huge, but it's like, it's kind of boring, you know what I mean? Like, it's just all flat.
And that's, I think, one interesting part with a lot of the modded maps is that's just one thing you're going to run into a decent amount of, a lot of them just being completely flat. And it's, I don't know. I mean, there's a way to get around it.
I need to find that perfect mix between two.
Yeah. I feel like if you're going to have a perfectly flat map, and I feel kind of bad because it's on like the part of the mod creator, but you have to have like more buildings and structures on the map to distract from the fact that it's completely flat. And you have to have like more windy roads, things of that nature, which takes a lot of time, I would think, especially to design it. But I don't know.
I'm gonna try something here, see if this will work. I'm gonna see if I can mute you on Discord and then just chat via stream because I'm hearing you twice.
Oh, I can mute myself in Discord if you want.
What?
Yeah, I can do that. Takes
I'll try that, see what happens.
Takes no time at all. How about this?
Yes, test.
Test.
Oh, you're not echoing. That's good.
Yeah, because that was the issue. Like when I was loading it in, is that I had to set up or switch my mic for the Discord mic, and so now like you would be hearing me twice because you're in the Discord lobby as well as the stream, which is why that echoing thing kind of happens. But we should be good. Let's see.
I can hear myself twice now, but as long as you don't. hearing me once is hard enough on the world. You are just playing music, though. There's no stream sound.
So the stream doesn't hear me? What the crap? Hold up, let me check my phone.
Sorry, no game sound in stream. It's just the music.
No game sound. Let me see. Oh, I need a loud engine to test this.
Okay, yeah. So the game sound is coming through. It's just quiet. Or the music is loud.
Let's see. It does seem like the music is kind of loud. Let me do something. Here's what I can do. Beep, beep, beep. Nope, nope, wrong thing. This down. Or was it down? Because I think I still have the settings for the sound turned down a little bit. Deep, deep, deep. Where is it? Where is it? Here, nope. Input sound. Volume
when I say
master.
music, I mean your mellow elevator music.
Oh wait, I could easily wait. I'm not sure why I went through all that effort. I could just do this. Let me. Oh darn it. Go here. Switch off to this. Go to here. Go here. Turn this down to about. And that should bring that down just a little bit. Just like that. Hopefully that's better. Let's see.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. So apparently Windows changed my setting on how loud my Windows Media Player was. What? Easy fix. Let's see. What do we need? Oh, we need a windrow. Let's go ahead. Well, we use big beef. No, we don't need big beefs. We're gonna take little beef. And that gives us an excuse to repair him when he gets back. And we shouldn't have any goods to deliver, I don't think. Oop, oh, jeez.
You got a lot of bread sitting outside that bakery.
I'm saying I'm waiting because next month is when we're going to be oh crap. Indy. Next month is going to be when it's peak time for it. And so we're going to get a lot of money from that. And it's still going too. It's still cycling through some of this stuff. Ooh, where am I going? Over here. Hey.
Yeah, I think if you don't pick it up, it'll just sort of sit in invisible space until you clear the area.
Mm-hmm. And I think the cool part about the mod, I think it tells us before we get too much space, I think. Yeah. Whew, it holds a lot, which is insane. Which I guess makes sense if you're only going to be using it technically like once a year for harvest. And then just spend the rest of the time processing. I guess that does make sense. Let's see. Today I'm going to be testing a new windrower. Which is why I left everything unswept.
I'm interested to see what map you picked to do for the multiplayer farm, because we're about to start a new map as well. And we were pretty set on that one that I can't pronounce, but I'm open to all ideas. So it's going to be 2 new maps to play on. That's fun.
I want to find... There was this really cool map, and I think I said it like a long time ago, but...
This is the windrower that I use. And if I can give you a piece of advice right now, it's not 15 meters wide.
Great.
So if you're going to use GPS lines or AI or anything, set it to 14 meters so that you don't miss the littlest bit, because if you're like me, it'll drive you nuts.
Got it. Roger, roger. It's actually, well, I can't set it till I get over there. And that's the one interesting part that I have
I do
with
love
the
this windrower. It's so cool looking.
what do you call it? The shop. In the shop, it says like the width of these things a bit off. Like for example, when we were using the merger on this field, like I think in the shop it says it's 9.2 meters, but then when you go to course play says its actual, you know, pickup distance, which is like 8.2 or something like that. Actually, I'm wondering if courseplay will do the same for this one.
Yeah, so the way that it dictates that is because it goes off of if you were pushing it all to the middle. So both of the merger heads would be spread out and at its widest point.
Shoot.
But it doesn't say that.
We'll bump it down. Let's do 15 and a half. Also, can we turn...
So my personal recommendation on this one is set up and downs first, and then let it do the headland last, so that it'll clean all the little bits that it misses.
Up and down first, headlands last. Should I do 2 headlands? And we'll just do 1.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, nothing bad will happen. It'll just be 2 longer tracks for you to pick up, right? So less turning around.
Yeah, we'll just stick with 1. See what happens. Go gadget windrower.
See, if I was in the game right now, what I'd be doing is setting course play and copying the course, and then having the forge wagon pasting the course and sending it literally like half a row behind it, so that they both just follow each other around the field.
Well, that's a good point. I should have thought of that. Clearly, I don't use courseplay enough to remember this crap,
No worries, man.
which
That's
I
something
should.
that we can work out when we're both playing on the same game together.
That's one thing, like, that's really cool, that, like, your expertise, like, you're, like, a massive field farmer, so you really know how to use course play. What does he do? Oh, I forgot, it is angled slightly. Okay. So you really know your stuff when it comes to course play and, like, its
Now, I will
quirks.
admit, because I've definitely found myself basically just babysitting course play, making sure that it doesn't do something stupid. But once you get like a good field like what you've got right now, all of your fields are nice and open and there's room to turn around, that's when you can really start to make course play work for you. Like when I was doing my grass fields today, I was just having fun. I was doing extra steps for the sake of it. So I sent the Crone Big M out first to mow it, and widespread it, because why not? And then I'd send that windrower that you just leased to do a funky pattern behind it, and then I'd just copy and paste the course to my Crone Big X, which is a forage harvester, and it would just pick it up off the ground. It's basically a forage wagon, but it just picks it up off the ground by the machine itself. And it would literally just follow right behind it and pick up all the mess. It was awesome.
So many, and that's, you gotta love the genius of the game and the fact that there's so many different ways to do things. Oh, I'm about to crash. I thought there was someone coming that direction.
Totally. And the thing with course play is, like, I think about it, and yeah, it messes up a lot, and it doesn't do always what you want, but when you think about how much it's actually trying to do and figure out in a video game, like, it's pretty impressive.
It really is.
Code that if I tried.
Which makes me wonder, like, how do they do it? Did they start from, like, the AI base code and then tamper with it and build up from there, because I'm gonna be honest, the majority of my modding, that's exactly what I do. I start with like some base and then just manipulate it to get it to do what I need it to do.
So, man, because Courseplay was in Farms in 2022, which didn't have AI.
That is true.
Or did it?
I really
I don't actually know because I didn't play it.
I think it okay, so it had AI from what I remember correctly. Wait, no? Did it? Now I'm really yes it did. Yes it did. Yes it did.
Worker, I think.
You could hire a worker.
Like GPS lines.
No, you could not. That's what it was. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up this small little snippet.
Yeah, so the fact that you can program one, let alone a fleet of machines to go out and do a job is pretty impressive, I think. Like, that's
very,
you know, maybe small scale in the grand scheme of things of what AI can do, but I'm impressed.
Especially considering they're not, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like directly involved in the game's coding and things. I just think it's really impressive. Ooh. Or should I go around and just grab the headlands? Nah. Ooh. Can I just go first person? Yeah. I've been first person in a hot second.
You're gonna find you want a bigger trailer pretty quick. Oh, you got a few of them though.
Yeah, I still have two, at least for now. Even though I have thought about that constantly since working on this field, and I wanted that one of those two that we were looking at that last time. Wait, where was it? The auger wagons. I wanted this one. But I like right before I even thought about it, I remembered you mentioning like this thing is huge and it'd probably be a pain in the butt to try to maneuver. And then that's when I started thinking, it was like, well, this one might be better because it's still huge, still holds a decent amount, but it is also easier to maneuver. Plus, it holds everything at the same time, you know? But I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good trailer. We've got a few of those on the farm. And it's side tips, which is nice.
And the only time, actually, no, I like side tipping. The only time I've seen side tipping, because I didn't use it a massive amount, was in FS22 on my sugarcane. Like whenever I was doing sugarcane production, which, by the way, don't do sugar. Don't do anything sugar. I just hate it. I wanted to do sugar beets, and then I remember you telling me your horror story about sugar beets. I was like, cool, so we're just not doing sugar altogether. But sugarcane is so annoying to deal with. Well, it's not really annoying, it's just,
oh, tell me about it, man.
It takes too much time for kind of a little reward.
The guy that runs the server bought all the equipment to do sugar beets, and he's like, or sugarcane, sorry. And he's like, yeah, so now you can plant sugarcane when you're working offline. And I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen, but I'm not touching that plant again. He's like, well, we need to do it for ice cream. And I'm like, no, you need to do it for ice cream.
I refuse. I've been traumatized by that stuff. I don't want to do it again. Like, sugarcane is probably the sole reason I don't even want to worry about making a cake. Because in order for me to make a cake, I have to get sugar. Now, one cool part with this game that I think is a really cool improvement from FS22 is the warehouse allows you to buy input, which is really cool. And I think that's a very useful thing. So if I really just don't want to do sugar, but I still want to do cake, or in your case, ice cream, I could. Also, someone ported over the dessert factory.
It's not that much loss of profit, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think either. Plus, you save so much time. It's almost like, why not? So it's just, what does each person want to do? And in my opinion, I hate the stuff. Okay, whoops, start job. Let him go ahead and get traveling. Go pick up this one. How are you, like, I understand.
You're gonna have to place your little A-frame house cabin sometime soon. I put one on my new map, and I actually hadn't used it before. It's so nice. A little fireplace inside, man.
I saw it in the test server. I placed it, but never went inside of it. And I already decided, like, it's on my notes. I'm adding the A-frame right after we get Mantis and all that stuff going. Which, by the way, you're a hater on Mantis. Mantis is amazing.
Hey, don't make me get into this, boys.
But I really do like forestry.
If you want the 6-wheeled one to paint it green, that's cool.
But well, forestry's nice, and I think on this map there's really a lot of forest. For what reason, I don't know.
8 wheels is better though.
Oh, I already know it would be better for traction and just come on, turn, and just being more stable. And I'm pretty sure Mantis is probably gonna be tipping over all the time. Because that's the issue we were having with the Komatsu. Like, even though it had, wait, was it 8 wheels? I don't think it was 8. I can't remember. No, it was 8. Wait, was it? I really don't remember. But like, we would have the issue, like, if we were, it was 6. When we were lifting from the side, we always had an issue with it tipping and started like falling off balance and things of that nature. But yeah, with Mantis, it's definitely gonna happen more. But it's fine. How am I doing this? Oh.
Well, it's hard to say. It's more how you use the tool itself, right? Like, if you, I don't know how to use the machines that good. So I'm no experienced piece for this.
I know from statics, like the further away we have it, I think from the fulcrum, I think is what it's called. Like, the heavier it would be on that point, which is why it starts to tip. I might be mistaken on that. It's been so long since I took statics, and I didn't even do that well.
The farther away you move the weight, the bigger the lever is going to be, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to have more leverage.
And so, it makes sense.
I typically, like, I've got like a little routine that I do basically when I cut the trees, but I use an Xbox controller, so let me just walk through it here. So right bumper, left stick is how you turn it. Turn the arm left and right. Or right bumper, sorry. Left bumper, right stick. Up and down is moving the cutting head closer and farther to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then right bumper, up and down is actual height. So I always drop the head basically down to the ground and then pull it as close to me as possible. And then when I get close enough to the tree, it extends out just as far as it has to, and then I'll turn right or left as soon as I cut it, and I'll usually lift the head about a foot or so, just so that the bottom of the tree doesn't stick into the ground when I pull it through, and then it seems to work. And then all the trees, if you do that properly, you can just keep pulling forward after every one you cut, and they'll all be kind of laid on the same angle behind you.
It gives me something to think about.
With auto load, it's no big deal. It's really fast to pick them up.
And actually, the cool part was, I think, even though I wasn't doing the best of jobs at this, I'm gonna be honest, but when I was doing it, like, most of them end up like right next to each other. So even if someone didn't have auto load, it could still like be in a nice position to pick up with like a crane or one of those specialty like wood trucks that pick them up. I'm not really sure why did I press that button. Meant to.
Yeah, totally. Like, it wouldn't be out of the, like, if you had 2 players on the map, it would be way more fun to have somebody come and pick them up, right, versus auto load. But it just maintains a single player proficiency kind of thing.
Yep. Let's see, do I want the baler on? Might as well turn the baler on, right? Make more. Wait, no, now it's on, right? Okay, yeah, we're good. Turn this on, turn that on, let it do its thing. Make sure this is tipping.
Man, I had eggs Benny with sweet potato fries for brunch today. So delicious.
My girlfriend loves sweet potato fries. I like sweet potato fries, but I haven't had them since... Let's see, when was the last time I went to get a really thick burger? I know it was cold, so I'm gonna say sometime like in the fall was the last time I had sweet potato fries. And they're good. Sweet potato fries, I think, especially, I'm not sure in Canada, but at least in America, they're like almost always delicious because they have to be made fresh. Because in America, I think everywhere actually, I might be mistaken, but regular potato fries are like the norm, and you have to like ask for sweet potato fries, and whenever you do, they make them fresh, and so they're like always perfect.
I guess it depends on the place you go, but like I wouldn't order fries from a place that doesn't make them fresh anyways. So
Yeah.
They're pretty common in Canada though. Like any place that sells French fries has sweet potato fries, I think, minus like McDonald's and Wendy's.
Yeah. Let's see. I think here in America, it's not that common. I mean, it is common enough that if you go to a place, like you said, besides McDonald's and Wendy's, you're definitely going to see sweet potato fries. It's not super common. Like, for example, I think Five Guys burgers and fries is like a common staple around the world, maybe, I think, possibly. But they don't do sweet potato fries. However, Mooyah Burger, they do sweet potato fries. I think there's this place that was next to the college I went to called The Den, which was by Denny's. They make sweet potato fries, and they were really good. And then there was one place, I can't remember where it was, but they had like a special sauce that came with their sweet potato fries, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I don't know what the heck it was.
Chipotle sauce, bro.
Chipotle sauce is delicious. Everything Chipotle is good.
Orange, right?
Yeah, it was definitely orange, yes. Like sort of a lighter orange. Almost
Yeah.
palish
Probably
orange.
Chipotle mayo or like a Chipotle aioli or something.
I just like spicy. I don't know why. But yeah, Chipotle mayo sounds better.
Yeah,
That
me
sounds
too,
like good,
man.
right? Good. Dump that. Okay, go ahead and drive this guy out of here.
You should just give it a big right-hand turn and do a 360 yeet off your bridge.
Off that thing and make it stuck like I did last time. What was that, yesterday? No, it
I
wasn't.
told you last night, yesterday, I was playing with a modded forage harvester,
Uh-huh.
and I made it go so fast it just spun itself out.
Which is insane. Like in real life, you just killed an entire like cul-de-sac of people.
Yeah, it's totally a cheater machine.
The people creating these mods are just hilarious. Like, you know, when they're creating it, they're like, it's fine. It'll do its thing. Let's see, where is it? Okay, here's this guy.
Well, and the crazy thing is, it's allowed to go up to like 124 kilometers an hour. And I'm like, it can't even turn at 40. How is it going to go that fast?
It's like, who designed this thing? This is just a death trap waiting to happen. I feel like some mods, it's like, there are some mods that are like great. There are some that are great but need like a few tweaks. And there are some that are like, this is meant to be like cheatery, but it turns into like a joke very fast. Swoop. Oh, that, okay, turned out better than I thought. Everything nosedives. I need to put, cliff diving idea. Put a weight on the back of the tractor so it doesn't just nosedive. Also, why? No, and that's about to be a dumb question. I was going to say, why does it nosedive? The engine's up front, stupid. Makes sense.
Yep. Diesel engines are heavy.
Yeah, freaking massive. Hey. Oh, turn. Actually, I might keep both the merger and the windrower, and keep the windrower for this big field where it clearly is going to excel, and then on the small fields I'm not sure if it's gonna work out very well in the small fields. I'm just not seeing it working too well. It's too big, you know. And I think that's where the merger would do well on the more.
If you want to have a whole ton of fun, what you could do is use the first windrower, set it down to 12 meters work width. It'll still pick up its entire width, but the thing is, it'll do its rows 12 meters apart. Then you could send the merger down right behind it, and it'll merge the two rows into one big one, so you'll only have half as many to pick up.
That is a good idea. And see, that's what I'm talking about. That's stuff like that that I don't even think about. Like, my brain is like...
I'm just a weirdo. I love watching the tractors driving.
I actually watched, while I was at work, I think for like a week or so, I was just watching tractors driving on YouTube. Not sure why. It's very relaxing. And the guys will just be in there just talking, because they're pretty much just there just to sort of watch the tractor, because the GPS is doing most of the work, but they're just chilling, just carrying on conversation, mostly with the people watching. But
I hope your boss doesn't ever watch this stream.
let's see. Yes. Num 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 num. Let's see. I also need to add maybe a forage wagon to my list. Well, we're about to go into forestry, so I don't know. We'll think about it.
This would be the one time it would be accessible to mod the nuts off of a forage wagon and make it hold like 200,000.
I agree.
You'd appreciate yourself for it later.
I couldn't agree more. And I've thought about it several times. It's like, it would just be so much easier if I just made this thing hold more. At least that way we wouldn't have to do as many
Like when I go cut grass, my forage collector carries two little trailers behind it that hold 500,000 each.
God dang. Because it's like, otherwise, it's like if you didn't do that,
Like,
otherwise you'd have like 8
then I'd be
trailers.
emptying it every 5 minutes.
Exactly. Ooh. Dodge that guy. Down the hill. I love the constant blocked by an object. Have you tried going around it first? No. We'll do that first and then tell me you're blocked. Let's see. Did I pick up that? Oh, no, there it is.
Typically, course play will try and
Maneuver.
or like try and fix the situation if it finds an issue. But sometimes, man, it's just like it'll drive into a tree. It'll be like, oh, I'm blocked, and then it'll back up, and then it'll turn like 90 degrees, pull forward.
I've already thought about what's going to happen when we
And
use
then do a 270-degree turn back into the tree.
Well, that was almost equivalent to what we did the last time.
And
You
it's
know,
like,
when
I
we
don't
were,
know what I'm blocked on.
like, we were doing this field, and for some reason he just got stuck on the bridge. Like, he just became the bridge. Like, are you gonna move? You gonna back up? You gonna do something? Like, he just stopped. He's just frozen. But I don't know. And the number of times we've ended up with vehicles in the drink over here.
Farm simming is me yelling at AI.
What are you doing? Also, well, maybe not. I was thinking in real life, but maybe in Asia it's different. You would think there would be like some type of railing or something along this, so you don't just fall on it. From the animes I've watched, now I know that's probably not a reliable source, but I think I've seen these things in anime before, and I don't think they typically have rails next to them, so maybe it's actually accurate. Yep, there it goes. Pick it up. Line it up straight. But yeah, the big windrower, it's working. It's doing a good job, actually. So on the bigger field, that's what we'll stick with. On the smaller field...
I couldn't tell you for a fact, but typically that's like a storm drain. So if there was like debris and stuff...
That's a storm drain?
But I don't know.
That's huge.
I'd imagine the AI would just hit it if there was a fence there.
Probably, yeah. But at least it wouldn't keep falling in. But that's a storm. That's a massive storm drain. Oh yeah, in Asia there's massive tsunamis and stuff. Well, I say Asia like I'm saying all of Asia.
Have you ever seen a flash flood in real life?
I haven't. I've never seen a flash flood before. Well, no, I don't think I've ever seen a flash flood. Like, I think the worst I've seen is like my neighborhood streets being
anywhere there's mountains flooded. Basically, because when you get rain, all that mountain rolls off the mountain so fast, it's got to go somewhere.
Makes sense. Also, okay, dumb idea possibly. And I'm sure there's been someone who've already like thought about this, and so I'm probably not the first, and they've probably found out reasons why and blah blah blah. But tornadoes, like how they form or something, like it forms by like currents meeting each other. Couldn't like, nah, that's dumb. That's probably gonna be too expensive. But I think some years ago, like when I was in high school, I was thinking, couldn't we make some way for, I don't know, like some wind reflectors to sort of channel certain wind currents in certain directions so that way tornadoes could never form? Because like there are certain states that I don't think ever have been hit by a tornado, and I'm sure that's something to do with like the buildings and stuff. But I don't know, weird theories. Where's my water? Delicioso. But
well, it's got a lot to do with the geography of the area itself. So one thing about my area where I live at the base of an escarpment, so there's kind of a mountain range that wraps all around where I live. And because of that, the cold air often hangs very, very low, kind of below the mountain range, and then the hot air vents up higher. And because of that, we get a lot of extra snow and stuff like that in the wintertime. But we also miss a lot of heavy storms because the two different temperature fronts miss each other, versus places like Tornado Alley, which is very flat and very open, where if you have, bright, clear day, you get a lot of hot air starting to rise, and if it mixes with a cool front that could be blowing through from the ocean or something like that, that's when those two different temperatures of air, because they don't mix, they start to swirl around each other, if you will, and that's how you get tornado form. So it's hot and cold air mixing at the same time.
Makes sense. Oh, wrong thing. Here it goes. So what I'm hearing is we gotta put mountains everywhere. No, I know that's not the solution. And it's interesting to hear, because I guess in sort of I wouldn't say necessarily American bubble.
My dad used to drive truck all through the States, and he always talked about driving through Tornado Alley, and it used to terrify the crap out of me because, like, I thought it was bad, like he was gonna die from a tornado, so I had to learn everything about them.
And see, it's interesting because so you said Tornado Alley, I think like 2 or 3 times now, and again, not necessarily me intentionally being it, I just never thought about it. I guess tornadoes form other places, but I've never really thought about other parts of the world having their own tornado alleys, and the fact that, wind currents can form in essentially a tornado anywhere. But I also just, I don't know, I always picture Canada as being like snowy all the time, and even though I know that's probably not the case, but I didn't think you guys would ever get really terrible weather unless it was a snowstorm or something, because again, in my head, every time I think Canada, I think snow. Ooh. Did I just turn my turn signal on? Hold up.
Yeah, well, we don't get a lot of tornadoes in Canada, thankfully. And yeah, most of our climate is a whole crap load colder than yours. But what you also need to remember is that like 90% of Canada's population is literally more southern than like Oregon, Minneapolis, stuff like that. Like I'm more south than Minneapolis.
I guess that makes sense, actually. See, this is why I probably should have. I'm still stuck on the fact that I never had to take a geography class growing up. Because in situations like this, I'm like, man, surely if I would have taken it, you know, I would understand this topic a little bit better.
Yeah, basically people in Canada live on like the very bottom like inch of our country. Everything above that is just wilderness and polar bears.
Okay, so that now brings up another question, because I didn't know you guys had polar bears like near Canada, which again makes sense. I just never thought about it. I think I'm just realizing a lot of this, I'm just ignorant in a lot of stuff. I didn't think about this stuff. So I guess towards the northern part of the cities or provinces of Canada, I think it's provinces, I might be wrong, do polar bears ever wander in to those cities slash provinces slash towns slash whatever they're called? I don't know. Nope.
Oh man, it depends where you live. Like I think one of the most northern cities is like Nunavut or Yellowknife or something like that. And yeah, like they're around. That's their natural habitat. So you watch out for them. But that's like way north. Like Nunavut is like Inuit territory, right? That's people still wear 14 layers of cow skin and stuff to live up there. It's so cold.
Cow skin, like just the word or the phrase cow skin just sounded so crazy to me. Like the fact that people could actually wear cow skins, which again, me being ignorant, it makes sense. I've never thought about it, and so that's crazy. That's really cool. I'm learning a lot. And this is why US history, I think, is dumb. We need to learn about other places. That would be better, in my opinion, to learn about other places.
Well, you never owned a leather jacket?
No, I've never owned a leather jacket. I mean, I guess the closest thing I could say to a leather jacket is when I was a kid, I owned like a faux leather jacket that I wore like all the time when I was in like 3rd grade. But it definitely wasn't real leather, and I knew it, but I loved it. I think I just really love the smell of it, and now I kind of want a leather jacket. Now that I'm saying that, I want a leather jacket. I miss the smell. Let's see, he needs to go over here.
I don't own a leather jacket currently, but when I was a kid, my dad's trucking company won, I don't know, some safety award, and we got to go to some big hotel, and everybody that went to this party got leather jackets with the company name on it.
That's
So I rocked the
insane.
crap out of a black leather jacket when I was a kid, and like it's nice, man. Real leather, like it doesn't wear like the fake stuff. Like it's just like it lasts forever.
Yeah, the fake stuff
I didn't mean to
doesn't.
say like cow skin. I meant to say like cowhide.
I know what
They
you meant.
don't even turn it into leather. They basically skin the animal, dry it out, and then they cut that into clothing.
Yeah. I know what you meant when you said cow skin. I knew you meant cowhide. Well, at least I thought you meant cowhide because that's the only image that popped into my head. Because I don't know if you've ever played Ark Survival Evolved or something like that. At least that's the most recent memory I can have of like how hide works. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
guys.
they have the hair and everything still on it.
Yeah, come on, guys. What? Can we not get along?
I have. I played it back on Xbox 360, I think, and it was multiplayer, and I had a lot of fun. We built this big, cool house, and then some prick with a Tyrannosaurus Rex came and destroyed all of it, and I was just like, I'm not building that again. F this game.
And that's exactly how Ark Survival Evolved goes. Like you have so much fun playing, and then some guy just ruins it, and you're like, you know what? Not doing it again. It just took too much time. And like once that happened to me, like my first time, I stopped playing for a while, got the courage to go back and play it again. It happened again, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go play single player. Was playing single player, and then I was out at night, which was already a problem, and I got jumped by like this glowing red raptor. I can't remember what does that mean. I think it was like alpha or something, status or something, but like this really just overpowered raptor, and I just couldn't get anywhere safe, and it killed me, and I was like, well, crap, it is what it is. But okay, this guy's blocked by everything. Dude, come on, man. You're fired. You're fired. Just stop.
Have you ever played Rust?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That game is so much fun when you're in the power position, and as soon as you're not, you just want to quit that game.
I've seen so many people play Rust, and I tell myself every time I'm watching, I'm like, this seemed like a super fun game. And then just like what you just said, when you're in the control of everything, it seems super fun. When you're not, I can just imagine being like super upset, because it almost gives like a DayZ type vibe, in the sense that you actually have to walk a decent ways to like find the resources sometimes. Like they're not always just super readily available. Oh, let me go ahead and get this guy started. But yeah, I'm just, I don't know. I've never been that type of player to sort of ruin it for other people, but there are some who like that, and I'm like, I'm not that. Imagine being that bored with a game that you're gonna, ruin everybody else's day. Oh wait, these are kind of already done. I don't necessarily see the point in swat. I don't think. I'm not gonna swat this field. So we really only need, if we're gonna use this, we really big field.
You can hop into servers that are a lot more friendly. Like, yeah, those look pretty good. There's some good servers like PvE with zombies and stuff like that, so you can't kill other players, but there's zombie players running around everywhere. So that's kind of fun.
And I think with games like Rust or even what would you call them, battle royale style games. I get over the fighting players parts of things, and I just want to do PvE, or even, I don't know, like what's the game I'm thinking of? Delta Force. Delta Force did its sort of battle royale thing, kind of what it's similar to like Escape from Tarkov. And I'm not extraction shooter. That's what it's called. And they're fun.
I'm the same way, man. I don't like killing other people. It's not my thing.
Yeah. Also, I feel like if you become one of the people who are just constantly killing other people, that's fine. You know, that is a play style, but you got to remember that in the long run, you're kind of shafting the game, because people who are trying to get into the game are getting sort of like caught out because you're just super stacked, you know? Don't miss my turn. Doop 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 doop.
Yeah, and it's just sort of like a crime of progress, right? You know, you get so far in a game, you've got everything, you get bored, and you want to start beating up or new players. But I don't know. I guess it depends on the game, right? Like if I'm playing Sniper Elite, then I got no problem shooting the bad guys. But like, besides that, if it's a multiplayer game and we're all trying to build a house and survive and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to kill other people. Like you don't have to do that. There's so much other stuff you can do.
Yeah, I feel like it would almost be more entertaining to me, maybe not to everybody, but like if I'm super stacked out, like sort of invite new people into the area to sort of play the game and sort of help them out, since I already have all the loot and things, and I can help them sort of get established and things of that nature. But I don't know.
I tell you, it's a good way to make friends, man. People appreciate that. I remember back in the GTA Online days, like someone being like, yo, do you want some help making money? And you're like, you're gonna kill me, aren't you? But then once in a while you meet somebody and they're just like, yeah, let's just play the game and make cash, man.
Yeah, and that's the, and GTA 6 has been rumored, quote unquote, to like be coming out for like the longest time, but who the heck knows when that game will finally release. But it's so fun to play, and like it's easy to make friends if you want, but it, like, at least, okay, if I'm getting like trolled by like a group of people, okay, shout out to you guys at least proving you have friends.
GTA 6, I hope Rockstar can hear me saying this. They could suck one.
I don't even think GTA 6 is gonna come out at this point. It just is what it is.
GTA 5 with mods is all you need.
To be honest, GTA 5 with mods is all you need. I agree. It's nice. It's fun. It's relaxing. Well, relaxing is not quite the word. Well, it can be depending on which mods you have. But if they do come out with GTA 6, I feel like it's going to be terrible. It's going to be a cash grab, because a lot of games nowadays are cash grabs. Like,
yeah, I saw a video the other day about people like decoding when the next GTA 6 trailer would come out, and I'm just like, I don't care. If you want to charge me per hour to play it, I'm not gonna buy
facts.
it.
I'm not gonna buy it. Yeah, that's another thing. If they legit try to do that, there are gonna be so many people not playing the game. Like, I understand their logic. I just don't think anybody's gonna willingly do that. Like, imagine a little kid telling their parents, hey, it's no longer $60 to buy a game. It's no longer $70 to buy a game. It's $80, and it's now a subscription service. Like, once
I wonder though, because their true demographic is going to be the kids that grew up on iPads and buying Robux and all that stuff, right?
That's true.
they might have manipulated the you know, demographic buyer to do that crap.
It sucks if that actually becomes the norm. And I can't remember who I was. Maybe I was just thinking it to myself earlier today, but I think it's we. Oh no, I remember what it was. I saw this thing about Nintendo and how the new Switch 2 is really like not really worth it. Blah blah blah. That whole thing. But I thought about it. In this day and age, it would just be so much easier. Just like if I have kids, hey, I'm gonna get you a PC. Here's a bunch of emulators. Play any game you want because there's an emulator. But I'm sorry, we're not gonna pay for the new stuff unless I just have money like that. But I don't know, a subscription service for a video game. I think Ubisoft tried to do the same thing for a while, except it was a subscription service for their entire thing. I think. No, there's a game. Ooh, iRacing does it.
Yeah, I don't believe anyone's got money like that. It's just being frivolous with your cash.
Yeah, it is really gonna turn gaming into like an extra recreational thing.
Ubisoft is trash.
Ubisoft is trash. I'm pretty sure isn't Ubisoft supposed to be like? Never mind. I think. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be going out of business or going bankrupt or something. I don't know. Ubisoft is grasping at straws, in my opinion. It's just not really worth it to play a Ubi game. But hey, I mean, people do. But it's just been going downhill. I think they also did NFTs. I think Ubisoft also did NFTs, and that's why.
You know what? All I can speak on Ubisoft is one of my best friends wanted to be a game designer and he got a job at Ubisoft right out of high school. He still works there to this day, and he was forced to go back to work in Toronto, back to the office instead of working from home, which he's been doing for the last 5 years.
That's stupid. I hate when places do that. If you can realize that your job, like you can do your job from home, allow everybody to do their job from home. Like they would be much happier doing that. But what happens is, I think in my head, some old guy is like, nah, I want everybody in the office because I like being in the office. Therefore, we're gonna call everybody back. And I don't know. I just think because I started accounting in like during COVID, and for me, I enjoyed working from home. It was great. Like there were downsides to working from home, but for the most part, it was great working from home.
Well, it's all cost, right? The office exists, so therefore it costs money. And when people work from home, the brick and mortar isn't necessary. So, yeah, they're losing money with those offices being empty.
That's a good point.
And when it comes to residential, like, the only reason my buddy now has an apartment in the city is because he needs to commute to work every day. And it's like, why does he need to commute to work every day when his internet connection is fast enough to do everything that he needs to do?
Yeah. And actually, that's another thing I didn't think about, the cost. And actually, the crazy part is because the company I worked for was amazing. Like, they were great. And they're like leading. This did not do a terrible job. It just didn't really do anything. So we're just gonna go ahead and return this. We don't really need it. It is what it is. Well, nah. We'll try it on this other field. But yeah, they were great. But our specific branch with like where I live, they didn't.
Yeah, it's wild when you think about it. Like
they didn't have a lot.
Skyscrapers and stuff like that in New York City only exist because tons of thousands of people needed to be in the building to do their job, and now that that's not needed, it's like there's no need for those big buildings. There's no need for skyscrapers and stuff like that. but it all still exists, and it costs so much money, and the people that own it still want to make money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're forcing them back to get their money's worth, if you put it that way.
Yeah. And hell, okay, this might be a commoner position or something, but in my head, with all the space, for example, like New York, where rent is extremely high because, you know, trying to, you know, get a house and stuff is difficult, I would think, I'm just not gonna let the AI do his thing. I would think it would just be easier if they just said, hey, we're gonna not have office buildings, we're gonna sell it to somebody for a decent amount of money or a lot of money, or we just become landlords in things. Geez, great demand on this stuff. But like, people need housing in these areas, and rent is so high for a lot of reasons, but I think one of them being that. And I don't know, I just assume it would be easier for the world if it, like, hey, we have all these skyscrapers, we could just turn these into places for people to live, instead of for business, you know, if we don't need it, instead of trying to force people to do it. But I don't know. Pros and cons, pros and cons. Everybody has their pros and cons. Berries and cream, berries and
1913,
cream.
my friend, is when it all went to heck.
I think 1913 has also been updated to like 2020.
Back in 1913, the Ford Motor Company had a $60 million excess in their profit, and Henry Ford wanted to give the profits to the employees of the company to better their lives and invest in their employees so that they would have a greater work ethic. And the Dodge brothers actually sued the Ford Motor Company because they said that the only position of a corporate CEO was to further enrich and wealthen the shareholders, not the employees. So that's something to think about.
Messed up everywhere you go. It's all about money. It's all about money. Which is also crazy that you could sue for that in the first place, but I don't know. Like, how can you sue somebody for how they run their business? And actually, I kind of know why, because it would...
Dude, when you start to look into things, the whole world's messed up. Well, you could sue for anything if you've got enough money, right? I could sue you because your stream sucks if I felt like it, but I don't have the money nor the willpower to do that.
And that actually is a really good point. Like, you can just sue for whatever you want, especially in America. In America, it makes it easy because we have what I think it's called frivolous lawsuits, which I'm not entirely sure what the word frivolous means. I have like context clues, but I can't pretend like I could give you a textbook definition of what the word frivolous means. I just know it like when I see it.
I think in Canada it's roughly $700 to file a lawsuit.
Jeez.
And then that forces the other party, me, has to go to court and deal with it.
I think
Frivolous basically just means stupid, wasted time.
which is crazy, because if that's the definition, why the heck do we allow frivolous lawsuits? Like, there's some stuff, like, for example, like, okay, dumbest thing, and I'm not sure if I said this before because I've said it a lot, I just don't know where I've said it, but when I was in high school, I was part of the band, and we would go play at certain schools, you know, during football games. It was great, fun, whatever. There was this one school that had metal bleachers, and as a sign on like the side of the bleachers, it says caution, slippery when wet. And I said, what the heck is going on with America that this is something that you even have to say? Like, if anything, it should be like a testament to like how stupid some people are. You mean to tell me you're walking on metal bleachers and you don't realize it's slippery and then you can sue for that? That is so dumb. Like, that should be common sense. Everybody should know, hey, you're walking on metal bleachers. If it's raining, it's slippery. Everything is slippery when it's raining, to be honest. Everything is. So the fact that you wouldn't think, I don't know, it's just...
And that's the unfortunate part, is that you could sue for anything you want. Like, I could sue you because you hurt my feelings, right? It doesn't mean that that uses common sense or that makes any sense. But if you don't spell it out for people with big white or red letters that say, hey, you could hurt yourself doing this, like, it's just opening yourself up to sue.
It's just weird. There's like almost at a certain point, I feel like we're almost like handicapping society in a way, in the sense that everybody's becoming so overly soft to some degree. I don't know.
Like, I don't know if you ever heard this story, but McDonald's in Canada years and years ago, some lady bought a coffee and somehow dumped it all over herself and got second-degree burns. And she sued McDonald's and won because the coffee burnt her. So now they have to put warning, this coffee is hot, on the cups.
Which is so stupid. Like, again, how could you win? It's like, yeah, but I didn't know the coffee was hot. How? What do you mean? Like, there's certain things that are just too stupid. Like, essentially what just happened is she won a lawsuit because she was too stupid. She went to court because she was too stupid. Like, to some degree,
and that's the problem, is that's not the point. People know that coffee's hot, you know, people know that that's gonna hurt. But the people are just like, oh, I want to get money because I'm an idiot.
it's just crazy that it's allowed. I don't know. Like, what? Actually, I'm okay. Conspiracy theory. Well, not really, but kind of, but not really. What if the only reason frivolous lawsuits are allowed is because they want more cases to go through the court, so that way judges seem more necessary, and so that way there can be more judges and they're paid worth, I don't know. Now I'm just grasping at straws. I don't know. I just think it's stupid. These frivolous lawsuits are stupid. Some of them are necessary. Like, there was a lawsuit about a guy trying to sue something to do with cruise control, and he was driving an RV. He put on cruise control and then walked away from the steering wheel, and it crashed, and he sued because he thought it was going to drive for him. Now, in that case, I could actually like somewhat agree to the, I'm not sure if it's an old man or just a middle-aged man or whatever, but I could somewhat understand if cruise control first came out, new technology, blah 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 blah, I could somewhat understand that, you know. But the coffee one, like the fact that it's allowed, bothers me more than anything. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just a crybaby. Oop.
Yeah, first thing I'd ask as a judge is, how many vehicles have you owned in your past? Have any other of them, or any else of them, driven themselves? Are you familiar with this kind of self-driving technology? If the answer is no to any of these, this is your fault.
Yeah, it's like, why did you even... Did you read the first question? Did you read the manual? Like, did they explain to you how cruise control worked? Like, what does it actually do? In certain things, I don't know. So some stuff is I just don't agree with.
Yeah, that's a huge problem with society. People don't like reading manuals. I really like understanding how things operate, so manuals are good.
Same. I read manuals. My dad doesn't. Well, my dad used to not like to read manuals, but I read the crap out of them. Every time, like for example, my motorcycle, first ever motorcycle, I bought it used. It didn't come with a manual. I went ahead and like looked up online the manual for my bike and its year and everything, just because I was like, I want to know everything about this bike. Now, what I would like to do is go ahead and buy a service manual for it, so that way I could have torque specs and everything, but I don't want to pay for the service manual. Just a regular owner's manual is free and on PDF, but if I could find a service manual for free, oh my gosh, that would be lovely. I might try to do that actually. I'm gonna try to do that one day. I don't know.
I don't know where you would find them in the States, but I used to purchase, well, I have for all my vehicles, but Haynes makes a manual, and it's like you buy it for your specific vehicle that you have, like year and stuff, and it's like how to fix everything and all the specs you'll ever need. And they're like $20, $29 or something per book.
And the sad part is that those type of manuals aren't like sold like with the vehicle. My thing is, if I ask for it, which would be nice, I should have a manual to be able to fix my vehicle. Like if you still want to charge me for like the ECU repair and stuff, and you're saying that like that's proprietary and I can't have access to that, fine, you know. But if I want to work on my vehicle alone, I should not have to take it to a dealership to do that, you know. I don't know. Nope, I missed some.
What year is your car? Dodge.
Both my car and my motorcycle are 2020. I have the owner's manual for my Challenger. The good part is it's held up pretty well. I think I've done a decent job of taking care of it, but I can definitely feel it's starting to get to that point to where I kind of probably need to get a service manual or something, so I can do some more in-depth repairs. Or not necessarily repairs, but like preventative maintenance, just so that way I don't have an issue, you know, when I'm looking into it.
I'm just looking online here. I found a Dodge Challenger from 2010 to 2022 service manual, $58 Canadian, and it's a digital download.
And see, and that's the crazy part. The fact that it's okay. So the funny, well, I say crazy, but the funny part is when I was in college, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not wealthy or anything. So when I was in college, sometimes I couldn't afford my textbooks, or I would try to find a cheaper way. I would try to find a cheaper way to get textbooks. And that's the thing. I would try to download my textbooks and stuff for free. Like if there was a PDF version of it, I would try to find a free version of it before I even went to the school's bookstore, because the school's bookstore is worse than GameStop when it comes to your value if you were to try to return a book. Like GameStop may give you like 80%, maybe even 75%, and this bookstore is giving you like 45% maybe, if that. And so you just end up either selling it to a student, like another student, or you find some way and like sell it on Amazon or something, which is, I have done that. Sold a textbook on Amazon and things of that nature. I don't know. Stuff doesn't need to be too expensive, but also one thing that when I was a teacher's assistant or a professor's assistant, I don't know why it's called a TA because you're only an assistant for the professors, but one thing that I found.
Yeah, I get you, man.
Jeez, don't crash, don't crash.
That's expensive.
What was it? I had professors who would write textbooks, but then they would teach the course requiring that students use that textbook. And I always thought that was like the biggest conflict of interest. Like, yes, shout out to you, you wrote your own book and everything, but I felt like it would be a massive conflict of interest to write a book and then require it for the class that you're teaching. And I'm just like, that is in my opinion, like the scummiest way to make money. It's not like a big deal, it's not a massive deal. I just thought there should be like a code of ethics or something for that. It's kind of messed up, but I don't know. I guess at the same time, if how you teach is aligned with that book, I guess it's fair, and it can actually help your students, maybe. So yeah, I guess that's the reason why it's not a massive deal, but I don't know. And it's I have my weird hang-ups sometimes. That's one of them. Let me check on. Oh, of course she's stuck. Yeah, that just makes sense. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we're gonna make a lot of money from silage, I think, whenever we do decide to go to sell those. I'm gonna drive.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty big one. So,
guys, just go around. There you go. There you go. There's no way you're driving back into the bro. Yeah. Just go around, my guy. Just go. Dude, AI, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you, and you don't want to help me. Okay. Whatever. I'll fix this myself. Let's see. Switch. Turn it off. Oh, now he keeps. See, AI, like the AI overlaps with itself. And so as soon as I turned it off, he starts going fine. Like there's nothing, like nothing was even in his way. I don't know why. I mean, I know why, but maybe the AI shouldn't be interlaced with the driving AI. I guess it's nice because you get less issues that way, but maybe, possibly, I don't know. Oh wait, let me turn that off. Big baler, so nice. All right, let's finish this grass, and then everything else. All the other fields are going to go by super quickly. It's just this big field. It's just its size just takes a while, but we get a lot of bales from it, so I can't complain too much. Because I think at a certain point, how much grass do we have? Let me just quickly check. Silage, we only have 5,000 liters. Grass, we have 2 million. This is the most amount of grass I've ever had. And some of that grass is silage and waiting. Don't know how much though. Ding ding ding. What was that? How did that song go? Ooh, you touch my tra-la-la. Something about ding ding dong. Yep, it's the last little row. Last little row. This field is just, it's too big. Like it's, well,
ding ding dong.
Exactly, you know the song. But it's just, The field is, I don't know, it's too big. It just takes a while.
All right, brother, I'm gonna hop out of here. I gotta go walk my dog and get ready for bed. I might jump back into the stream and chat and text or whatever.
All right, man. Well, good night.
Good stream tonight, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
See you, man. Dee bop ding ding ding. Let's see. Get the rest of this grass. I don't think we'll be able to get this whole line, which means we gotta make one more trip. But that's fine. That is fine. Ooh, we could have a conveyor system. That is an idea. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I can do a conveyor belt. Or use the screw conveyor. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm just now thinking about that. That is a great idea. The Simps cry. Let's see, where is, okay. So an idea that I could do so that way we don't have to make as many trips. I have a trailer. Still looking for a PDF service manual for you. I'll probably find one on my own. I'm sure it's not hard. I've seen them before. I just never want to pay for them. But now that it's getting to that point, I might be, my tune might be changing. But let's see. We could use a screw conveyor and lift this stuff into an auger wagon. Like, weird idea. Since the auger wagons have such a large capacity on them, we could use the auger wagon to transport stuff, is essentially my thought process. But the problem is we would have to be able to pick everything up off the ground and then dump it into the auger wagon. Yeah, if you want to pay, they're easy to find. And that's the thing, I just got to be willing to pay. Which I'm probably going to do that. Maybe this summer gives me a reason to do it. Trying to find the non-pay content. That's the trick. The non-pay. But it's fine. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, let him do his thing. See, that's weird. I just saw the AI start to slow down there. Why? Go as fast as you can so that way you don't get stuck on this. It just makes sense. Run up the hill, not walk. Okay. The good part is we should be able to finish the other fields relatively quickly, I think. We just got to go through windrow all of them and then pick them all up. Actually, we may not finish in time because it says we got 13 minutes roughly. And I have been known to overestimate the time it takes to do this job. And in fairness, we would have had more time if I wasn't fumbling the multiplayer part so much, which, you know, definitely my fault. But I should be able to quickly windrow the stuff. Heck, if I do it fast enough, I might be able to start windrowing the big field, which could save us a little bit of time as well. You know, I just gotta do that. Okay, we missed some. What a goober. The goober is me. Okay. Okay. Grab all of this. Move to the next field. And I'll just go at this as fast as I can. We will start about here. And as long as I'm maximizing the width of this thing, it should be fine. Oop, 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 oop. Okay, just like that. Go around. Start picking up this section. Okay, I did not maximize that, but that's fine. Still works. Just keep on maximizing. Just keep on maximizing. Okay. Oh. Good. Okay. Just keep on maximizing. Okay. Smush this section over. Okay. Taper it off. And then back in. Something like that. Terrible line, but okay, let's check this guy. Okay, he's good. We can go ahead and move him out of the way if we want, and I can actually just leave him right there. Let's see, yeah, because now we're down to like 10 minutes. Yeah. Here's what I'll do. I'll just focus on windrowing. And that should save me some time. Okay. So if I just do this. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get that bigger windrower. Maybe. It all depends on whether or not I want to keep that big field. Because it does cause problems. Well, not problems per se, it's just with the cost of it and everything, that becomes a whole issue. Not the cost of it, the size of it. It just makes things take a little bit longer to deal with. Okay, turn in. Good. Keep on going. Okay. Turn rather sharply. Okay. And then just mush all of those together. Good. On to the next one. We got one more small, then we got bigs. Something like that. The good part is I've gotten pretty good at the pattern for windrowing. At least if I could find a bigger version of this, that would be nice. Because the 14, or not the 14, the 15 meter one, it's good for its size. It's still kind of slow. Well, not kind of, it is. It's slower because of its size. And so I'm just, I don't know, not super sure. Okay. Keep on going. Doing good. Let's see, what time are we at now? 1:53. Okay, good. Cool. So this isn't going to take us too long, I don't think. Because these rows are pretty easy, pretty quick, and it should probably take about 2 trailers to pick up everything, I think. Now, I'm gonna regret this. I know I am, but I'm gonna let AI go ahead and start on this field whilst I start picking up the other fields with this guy. And that's another, we also still got to come back and then put fuel in this thing. That's something else we got to worry about, but we should be pretty good. We should be able to get most of it knocked out the way, I think. And technically I didn't even need to put the windrower on that bottom field, but I do know that having it would make things go by a lot quicker, so. Oh, by frick. Always gotta be careful. Because when you miss sections like this, now we gotta do pretty big swing. I did the same thing down here, apparently. Which is fine. Easy fix. But yeah, we're gonna have to put fuel and everything, which I don't want to knock him out of the way. Which, the fuel, that's just something we'll just have to get to when we get to it. Just is what it is. Grab. Okay, good. Next field. Come on. Pick up the speed. Yeah, I messed up on that, and that is my fault. Just keep it in the center. As long as I'm watching the trailer, it's pretty easy to keep it lined up. Good. So he's headed to the back. I'm just hoping that the merger is gonna do at least a half decent job, so I don't think it will. I don't know. You never know. I think I've done it before and I don't think it did a splendid job, so not holding my breath, I'm gonna be honest. Might as well try to get some of this section whilst I'm over here. And swing back for this section. And that's all got off that field. Okay. Back to this field. Num. Because we're closer, we don't have to worry about that travel time back and forth, which again is why I want a bigger trailer, auger wagon, whatever, that can hold more. Because if that's the case, if I have to tip it into that auger wagon, that's still fine. that'll still be fine. Because I have a way around that because I have the screw conveyor. And I could just have a screw conveyor technically on every field if I wanted to. But that's probably not going to work out the best. But it would be cool if I could just push the grass into an area instead of having to pick it up. But, yeah. More than one way to skin a cat, which is a terrible saying, by the way. I don't know why you would want to skin a cat unless you're a witch. Possibly. Unless do people eat cats? I don't know. Drop that down. Good. Okay. Good there. Okay, I like how the AI changes its direction for whatever reason. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start picking up here. Okay, missed some. Good for me. The good part is we're nearing the end. We're about to hit the 2-hour mark and we're starting on this last field, which is good. That's very good, in my opinion. I'm not even sure if the AI is working right now, because it looks like he's just... You see what I'm saying? Like, there's so much wasted time watching the AI where they're just not touching the field at all. Where that's the part where I'm like, if it was me, I would be saving time because I'm actually doing stuff. I'm actually picking it up or moving it to some degree. I'm not just driving past it, you know? Which is, you know, I don't know. Just makes it difficult to watch. But yeah, I don't know. Good part is we're on the last field. It shouldn't take us long. Good. I would also like to find a bigger windrower. If I could find a merger that does what that thing does, but just bigger, that would be nice. Or a better way to cut. You know, if I could find a bigger width on the cutting that still swaths, that would save time as well. That is definitely an option. I'll just need to look into it. But we're just gonna keep on going down this. Here in my car, I go vroom vroom in my car, and now I'm speeding. Doom 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 doom. They tried to catch me, but they know they can't catch me because I'm speeding. Boom 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 boom. Okay. Here we go. Okay, and then just swing through. Swing, swing, swing it. Dang it. We didn't big it up. We didn't big it up. No. No, Gerald. No. Actually, he is. Okay, so that's one thing that's interesting. He is windrowing pretty well on the up downs as far as like maneuvering stuff and, you know, inside, whatever. Like, he's actually doing a good job. It's just on the headlands where it left a decent amount to be desired, I think. But the up downs, it's fine. Which, in fairness, I'd much rather him work like that. But the interesting part is, on the AI, you can't actually turn off headlands, which is one thing that I really, really like about about course play. On course play, you can turn off the AI, so that's not an issue. I'm just gonna walk around you here, and then I'm just gonna pick up this back piece. And the weird part is like, even after it's been, what would you say, swathed or whatever you want to call it, it still doesn't look like he did like a particular, like a really decent job, because like each swath is still small. But in fairness, it's because when I would do it, I'm swathing like 2, 3, 4 rows together. Like I'm merging all of it into one line. Even though if I remember correctly, if I'm doing this field, I'm not doing that. On this field particularly, I'm just doing maybe 2 or 3 lines, because in fairness, it's not going to be able to pick it all up anyway. But it's fine. It is fine. Get up the hill. Get up the hill. Okay, so he's finally finished that. And I kind of just want to leave him near the field, because I mean, I still need to put fuel in everything. So that's going to be one thing to keep note of. So everything still needs fuel. And then the good news is, when we start back, we'll be able to start fast forwarding. I'm also going to be selling bread. We're going to be selling bread for some dinero. Grab this and grab that. Spin around. Got it. Okay, so I think we should be able to pick up everything with probably one more trailer left. I think, yeah, I think that feels about like one trailer, and then we'll be done. And it feels like we'll be about 10 minutes over, which isn't great, but it's not terrible either. I mean, I guess everything is put into my perspective, because I'm the one who decides how long I stream for. But of course, when I get to the summertime, I'm gonna have a decent amount more time, I think. Well, I say that, and then I'm picking up a sport, so I know for a fact I'm not going to have time on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because that's when they practice, which on top of my weightlifting is going to be a bit interesting. I think I should be fine, at least from the squats, not necessarily the squats, but the clean and jerk, as well as the snatch, because I'm not doing like the lifts. They are heavy, it's just I know they're not as heavy as my body can handle. Like everything's being limited based off of my mobility. Like, can I hold 400 pounds, 405 pounds above my head? Sure. Like if you just had it on like some really high jerk blocks and I just had to stand up with it, could I hold it? Probably, yeah. The problem, I think I missed a lot actually. Yeah. The problem is, first of all, my technique. Like actually my technique's not great. And then on top of that, my mobility doesn't allow me to get into the position as great as I want. Like I'm definitely improving my technique when it comes to lifting. It's just not as great as I would like it to be. And I know what I need to do. I just gotta do it, you know? I just gotta get better. Moral of the story. Just gotta get better. Gotta keep practicing. Gotta keep, you know, getting better. And then once I nail the technique, that's when the strength will follow, because I'll actually be able to push heavier on the weights without worrying about getting injured. Because that's the thing. Olympic weightlifting, you don't know what you're doing and you're pushing it, you're gonna get injured. But I need to really, really work on my technique. Well, mobility is holding me back the most right now. And then as my mobility gets better, the technique will be right there. And I think that's all she wrote for this field. Yes, it is. My main thing is I don't want to pay for a coach because it's expensive. A weightlifting coach is expensive, and the more like known they are, the more expensive it is. And like I think on the cheap end, maybe like $50 per hour, or maybe per session. I don't really remember. But either way, that's a lot. And if I wanted to have like, I don't know, 2 or 3 sessions, like, I don't know, like, I'm imagining this is going to take like a week or 2. Because here's the problem. It's a heavy technique thing, which means I have to get good at just doing it. Period, point blank, doing it. And in order for me to get better at it, I'm gonna need them to correct me multiple times, like until I get into the habit, until I know what I'm looking for. Because I want to say like once, maybe every month, I get into those positions when I'm lifting to where it just feels solid, it feels perfect. I'm like, this is how it should feel. The problem is I'm not getting into that feeling consistently enough. And that's the problem. I have to get to that consistently, and I'm just not there. But once I build up the habit, I think we'll be good. It's just gonna take, a long time. But once we get there, we should be good. Also, let me check on something real quick. The seeds are in great demand. I might go ahead and sell the seeds. The only reason I have it is in case we need let me check. In case we were doing like the wheat farm or the wheat field. But if I go to containers here, this one, fertilizer, and then the one we used is this one, mineral feed. Why would I want to put mineral feed in there? I guess if I'm, feeding certain animals, yes, but okay, come on. Just trying to empty that. Okay, so that is officially empty. We're gonna pull this off to the side. Stop it. And a little bit more than 10 minutes, but it's fine. So we finished, and we're using up a lot of the bale wrap, which is fantastic. These will probably be the last of the bale wrap that I used. In fairness, it's finally starting to take a chip at the silage additive, because we have a crap ton of silage additive in there. I'm also wondering, is the silage additive, could that be the reason we aren't getting as much money or whatever? Or actually, I'm not even sure if it's using the silage additive. A part of me wants to say yes, but a part of me wants to be like, no, there's no way it's actually using it. Because it says that it has, X amount of silage additive in it, but I can't tell. But yeah, it's fine. As long as we're getting through these bales. And that should be my last one, so I just turn it off so it's no longer gonna wrap. And that's the last one. Things finished, no more grass. Go ahead and then turn it off. Let's just check. We have 151 bales of grass. I think 206 of it is regular grass, 151 is silage maybe, 77 liters of straw. When can we deliver the straw? That's not till January, so we got some time. So essentially bread, all of that is coming up soon. We're about to sell a lot of that, which is kind of cool. Also, it kind of sucks, but 2 million liters of grass is only worth 100 and something thousand. So definitely turn it into silage where it's worth more. Pretty much 3 times as much, which means we're not going to get crap from the grass, because looking at the best price is 49 over there to the right, and silage, its best price is 120. So not really worth it. It's a little bit more than double, but anyway, that's me talking too much. Whoever in the stream, say yes in chat. Actually, they just went to bed. Well, actually, no, they went to walk their dog. That was Blowy, the mod. I'm not sure if you can still see his chat, but yeah, he just went to walk his dog about 20 minutes or so ago, but he usually leaves the stream running once he leaves. And he was on here, actually. We were talking in Discord a while ago, but I'm about to end the stream right now. Usually I'm on stream for 2 hours. But with that, if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment. If you want to join the Discord, the link is down in the description below. It is free to join. Don't have to worry about anything. If you want to follow me on social media such as TikTok or Twitter, please feel free to do so. But with that, I will say peace and good night.